You know, that is the biggest flip-flop since John Kerry I have ever seen for someone that has been pressuring these corporations, pressuring Major League Baseball to now come out after the fact and say, don't boycott. People are getting screwed in this.
Georgia Governor Brian Kemp calling out Stacey Abrams, who led the opposition against the state's new voting law, but at the same time is now urging companies like Major League Baseball not to boycott because of the potential economic impact on minority voters. Might have wanted to do that research before you called for a boycott, if in fact that's what she did. At least one estimate shows MLB's reported decision to move the All-Star Game could cost the state $100 million in lost business. But some Democrats are still supporting the league's choice. Watch.
I respect the decision. I understand the decision, but I don't like the fact that we have been put in this position by our state legislature and our governor because the people of Georgia will suffer.
Power Panel is back. Richard Fowler, Tammy Bruce. Well, those are the facts, Richard, and the people of Georgia, particularly people of color, are already suffering if those dollars are moving out.
I think that's absolutely right, Harris. I don't agree with boycotts like this because it ends up hurting people who live in the metropolitan Atlanta area where the MLB All-Star Game was going to be held. And these people are already hurting. They're hurting because of this voting law, and they're now hurting because the All-Star Game is leaving. And so I think we need to really be having a larger conversation on how we ensure that voting works in Georgia and how we also ensure that businesses work in Georgia. And I know there's been a lot of conversation around this voting law. So here's just one fact that's worth pointing out. In the 2020 election, there were 94 absentee drop boxes in the state of in Atlanta, Cobb County, and Gwinnett County combined. Under the new law, there's only going to be 23 absentee drop boxes in those same counties, a drop of almost 75 drop boxes. That is a huge difference when it comes to people having the access to the ballot and the ability to drop their ballots off. And that's what we're fighting against.
Tammy, I'm going to come to you quickly as a response to that, and then I want to get to Senator Tim Scott.
Well, those drop boxes were placed and never existed before because of the coronavirus. So this remains an expansion of access, which did not exist before. But let me just say that you've got now, from Charles Payne at Fox Business Network, $50 million lost for Black workers and Black businesses because of this. Joe Biden won that state. They sent 2 Democrats into the Senate. Is this what you voted for? Not just 8,000 hotel rooms, Harris, had been booked and are now going to be obviously dropped because of the crush of this. It is obscene and unfair, and especially with the misrepresentations of what this voting law has done.
You know, it seems to me that the conversation around race and racism is just so red hot right now. I'm not sure that people actually are having the words come out of their mouths that they wish that they could so that we could all move forward. Senator Tim Scott tweeted this quote, and just taking the details of this. Georgia voter identification, 17 days of early voting. Colorado voter ID, 15 days of early voting. Atlanta is 51% Black. Denver is 9.2% Black. The MLB is moving the All-Star Game out of Atlanta, which has more day of voting rights than Colorado. And as Senator Scott says, the wokes are at it again, folks. Tammy, I come back to you.
Well, look, I think this is what's clear is that the Democrats have not and rarely think about their constituents. You can look at the chaos at the border. You look at the chaos now in Atlanta. Everything is political. Everything is about what they can get when it comes to what they say their agenda is. But if their agenda is really to help people in the urban areas and people of color, they should be doing the opposite of what they're doing now.
All right. Good to see you both. Thank you very much.